ओम साई राम, जय साई राम सभी को। मैं साई मंजू आप सभी का स्वागत करती हूँ बाबा के इस चैनल पर। और आज जो लीला मैं आपको सुनाने आई हूँ वो आई है लंदन से। आजकल जैसे कि हमने पिछले 3-4 दिन से देखा है, दुनिया के अलग अलग कोनों से हमें लीला शेयर की जा रही है। सो थैंक यू एवरीवन फॉर शेयरिंग योर लीलाज अलग अलग कंट्रीज़ से। एंड बाबा की महिमा अपरंपार है। तो ये जो हैं मुकेश जी हैं, जिनकी आवाज़ में आपको ये लीला इंग्लिश में है, वो ज़रूर आपको समझ आएगी। आप ध्यान से सुनिएगा। वो लंदन में रहते हैं और उनका जो बाबा के साथ अनुभव है बहुत ही अद्भुत है, बहुत ही ज़्यादा अद्भुत है। तो आप लोग प्लीज़ सुनिए। मैं ये लीला सुन के रो पड़ी थी। तो आप लोग भी सुनिए, एंड तक बने रहिए और सुनिए और बाबा का नाम जपिए। थैंक यू सो मच मुकेश जी फॉर शेयरिंग। ओम साई राम।
Om Sai Ram. I've been given this opportunity by Baba and Ben Manju to share my Sai experiences. Um, Baba actually found me rather than me finding Baba from a very young age, I suppose. I was about 16, 17, 18 in around that area. And I went to do some volunteering at Ramesh Bhai Oza's Katha in the UK here in London, and I met a saint there called Pandit Abaji, who has his residence in Leicester. My father, who passed away when I was 15, had numerous astrological books. He had a category library of them. And it happened to be that although I met Pandit Abaji and he gave me his blessings and two pictures, one of Lakshmi Ji and one of Lakshmi Yantra, after that we hadn't met and I forgot about Pandit Abaji. However, in my hometown, he one day arrived there for a to give a lecture on God, etc., etc. After he'd finished, I think his eyes bestowed upon me and he said, "Don't I remember you from the Katha as a volunteer?" And I said, "Yes, yes, thank you for remembering." Then I thought of my father and his astrological books, and we had no use for them. So I asked him, my father has a number of books. Would you like to take care of them for us? I'd rather it went to someone who would make good use of them. And he said, "Yes, of course." He goes, "Give me your address, I will come and have a look." True to his word, he phoned us, he came round and he saw my dad's collection and he said, "Wonder of wonders," he said, "I've never seen a collection like this. These are very, very rare books, and your dad must have had quite a lot of knowledge to understand this kind of astrology, the very ancient one." So he said he didn't have enough room in the car if I would like to come and drop them off to his house in Leicester one day. So I went along to the house, and as I walked into the house, he said to me, "There's my living quarters here. There are plenty of pictures of Baba, and he has given me darshan. There's Udi everywhere. I'm overflowing with Udi." There was a lady he met who was an English lady who saibaba had come to see her, and she had become quite famous in Leicester. Pandit Abaji never really believed in saibaba. However, this lady called Dorothy gave him a picture of saibaba and said, "Place this in your shrine and watch the miracle the next day." He told me this story, and I walked into his shrine, and everywhere there was probably a huge living room, and there was pictures of Baba every single corner. Absolutely wonder of wonders to see something like that. And he said, "Can you see the Yudi?" And I said, "No." He said, "Pray to Baba with humility and then open your eyes." So I sat down, laid my ego in front of Baba, opened my eyes, and amazingly, I didn't know what to think. Everywhere I looked, I could see Udi falling. Sai Baba's Uddi falling everywhere. And the picture of Satya Sai Baba that was placed in front of Baba was covered in Uddi up to Baba's neck. I was lost for words. That was my first experience of Baba. And it was a personal one. And to walk into a room and not see anything, close my eyes, leave my ego at his feet, open my eyes, and just being showered with Uddi was incredible. After that, I carried on with my life, went to university, etc., etc. Not really considering Baba that much again, because my family was a Devi Bhagat family. My mother was bestowed with Devi Ma's blessings always. Then we had a wedding to go to in India, my niece's wedding. So we went to the wedding, and then we had to go to Mumbai to one of my dad's old friends. They were Farsis, and we used to live together apparently in Africa, in Uganda. And she was a firm believer of Baba. We went to Bandra there, and I said to Auntie one day, we were there for about a week, and I said to Auntie, I'd love to go to Shirdi. And she goes, oh, fortunate is it someone that comes to my house and asks to go to Shirdi. Anyway, bright early the next morning, the coach had been booked. My mother and I got onto the coach, and we were riding on this coach, and had a couple of hours sleep, and a lady was sitting next to us on the opposite aisle. She was fair. She had a chandan tilak, which was completely round, a gold chain, perfectly dressed. I was sitting next to my mother, and she got up and said to me, "Hey chora, uth yahan se. I want to sit next to your mother." So I looked at my mother, and my mother said to me, "Let her sit." So I got up and we changed places. The bus stopped at Shirdi. It was a long journey. The bus stopped at Shirdi at this beautiful hotel. We got off, went into our room, and I took a shower. My mum took a shower, and then the elderly lady said, I need a shower. Anyway, she sat there, and she sat on this, what do you call, a patlo or something like that, and there was a bucket of water there, and she said to me, "Hey chora, come and put water over my head. Do some abhishek on me." So I did, finding it extremely odd. And then she got my mother to do the same. And she goes, "Right, now let me have a shower myself." She showered, she changed, and then we went to have some breakfast. And she goes, "Oh, I will have some parathe. I want some parathe. Aloo ke parathe," she actually said. So we had a nice cup of garam chai with parathe. And before we could even eat anything, she said, "I'd like you both to feed me." So we fed her, and she said, "Oh, after 2 morsels, my stomach is appeased. May Mataji bless you both." Anyway, she said, "Let's finish our breakfast, and I'm going to show you the whole of Shirdi." True to her word, she showed us all of Shirdi, every single place. And now this must have been in 90 or something. It's a very long time ago. Then after seeing everything, doing Baba's darshan, etc., etc., she stood there, she goes, "Now let me show you where Baba really resides." She took us to some alleyway. We thought, oh my God, are we going to get mugged, or are we going to get kidnapped, or what? And she said, "Right, this is where the real Baba is." She opened this door, and to our amazement, Baba was sitting there. There was a dhuni, he had his chapli there. And she goes, "Now pray here and ask for what you want." The All-Merciful is here to answer your prayers. We bowed down and we prayed. We got Ashirwad. And he said, Tathastu. And she said, he has to go now. And she closed the door. She smiled at us. And then we walked back down the alleyway. My mother and I completely, I don't know, lost completely for words. We then were taken to a place where they were selling biscuits. This was well before the mandir had been built very, very well, like it is now. And she said to us, buy the biscuits from here and feed them to the poor. And this was next to the Dharamshala, the old Dharamshala. And we purchased some biscuits. We passed them over to the children, and she said, well, I stay here for 3 to 6 months every time I come from Mumbai, and I stay for 6 months. And I'm going to go into the Dharamshala and I'm going to stay there. But thank you. And off she went. Forgetting, because we were so mesmerised, and my mother just grabbed my arm and said, Beta, this lady, I don't know who she is, but she's shown us the whole of Shirdi. Where's our gratitude? Go pay for her Dharamshala. Pay for her accommodation. Now this was just seconds, I would say, so like 30, 40 seconds. So I rushed into the Dharamshala. There was a huge queue, but I couldn't find the lady in the queue. I ran to the front of the desk and I said, there was a lady here, and I explained her attire, and the receptionist there said at the counter, no one like that has come here. The queue's here, and this queue has been stationary like this for the last 45 minutes. I looked everywhere, and I couldn't find this lady. I spent half an hour in there looking for her. I came outside and I said to my mum, Mum, I can't see her anywhere. And she went, Jagadamba has actually came to show us Shirdi, and we were so unfortunate that we didn't even recognise her, and that she actually Sakshat showed us Baba, and we were ignorant to not even realise that was Baba. But one thing is for certain, thank the lucky stars that Mataji and Baba are actually looking over us. Shiv and Shakti are with us all the time, beta. Look at this darshan. Never forget this day. And remember this every time you lose faith. Om Sai Ram. Since from that day, Baba has been my guidance. He has shown me miracle after miracle after miracle. Even in my hard times, he's been there. And Manjuben, the daily posts you put on are so inspiring, and they come at the right time, or a certain post will pop up about Baba Sandesh when I'm in a particular situation, and he always gives me himmat. Additionally, he's also come into my dreams at a very, very, very difficult time, and he's sitting there with a thali with food in there, and he's feeding me, and he said, I will never let your plate go empty. You will always be filled. Satya Saibaba have also been given me Ashirwad, said to me, we are one. We are all one, all us saints. It doesn't matter who you believe in. Just have firm faith. And Shraddha Saburi is a true reality, my friends. Om Sai Ram.